campaign this evening. How do we end citizens' apathy? Let's look inward and ask ourselves, why don't we help someone who we see distressed on the road? Over the last few days, we've seen pictures of a little boy and his father desperately crying for help in Jaipur, but no one stopping to help them. We've also seen how after the blast at the Boston Marathon yesterday, citizens poured out to help. Do we Indians suffer from a humanity deficit? How can we become good Samaritans? Take a look at the tale of two cultures. We're putting up two pictures for you. Jaipur, a father and his little son desperately crying out for help on a busy street after the man's wife and daughter were killed in an accident and he himself was injured. The little child is trying to comfort his father, father trying to comfort him. No one stopping to help. Several vehicles passing by, but no one bothering to come over and help them. In contrast, people in Boston, look at those pictures we have, flocking together to help each other after the blast day before yesterday. 53-year-old Carlos Arredondo, you can see him there in the wheelchair. The man wearing a cowboy hat in this picture rushed to help a man in a wheelchair. People literally rushed into that blast site instead of looking for cover. But he was not the only one. Many victims were taken in by locals who offered them shelter, food and a comforting hand. Now, former IPS officer Kiran Bedi says that the only way Indians can become good Samaritans is if we pass a Good Samaritan law which forces citizens to help others.
We don't have a culture of helping people we don't know. We have altruism, but in our own sabhas, in our own faiths, like the langar in a gurdwara, or a seva in a mandir, or service in a church. We have this kind of, but it's to known people, when you have a homogeneous society, in a village. But when it's anonymous on the road, then there is no altruism. You want to avoid any situation which would cost you your time, your effort, etc. So we have, where it's anonymity, the person would like to save himself or herself from the perception that they don't want to get involved with police or they don't want to get involved with the courts. And there is a matter of, there is no finality how the police will behave, and there is a question of delay or harassment of cross-examinations by the lawyers or adjournments being asked. So there is a whole perception of unpredictability of the criminal justice system response, which is why people are left dying on the road. This is the tragedy of the matter. We only depend on judgments of the Supreme Court which take their own time. Why don't we finally convert them and be proactive and come up with Good Samaritan law which protects the eyewitness, which protects the person who is being a help on the road?
The Good Samaritan law which protects the Samaritan when he brings in the suffering to hospital or to the police. Apathy in Jaipur, help pours out in contrast in Boston. Why does India lack Good Samaritans? That's what we're asking. Tweet us at IBN Live with the hashtag Good Samaritans. Joining us, Maxwell Pereira, former joint CP of the Delhi Police, is joining us. Kavita Srivastav, you are National Secretary of the People's Union for Civil Liberties and also a resident of Jaipur, where this particular incident with that little boy happened. Prabsha Haikaur, you are an advocate, and Sriram Khatna, Managing Trustee of Consumer Voice, an active citizen, someone who's fought long and hard to dispel citizens' apathy. Let me put it to you at the very start, as a resident of Jaipur, why did no one stop to help?
Yeah, I think it's really, really disgusting and it needs to be condemned. All those people who went past. It just shows that increasingly the city of Jaipur, the more it's urbanizing, the more it's getting richer. That kind of culture of caring is disappearing that we mostly see in cities. And I'm very certain it's also to do increasingly with the culture of what our roads are becoming. You know, every car has to go faster. The pedestrian has no space. The smaller vehicles have no space. So obviously, when something like this happens, and this was, it's like an expressway, like a tunnel, so you have very few people going into it. You don't have pedestrians walking past. I'm very certain that if there were ordinary people around, they would have stopped and helped. I think the introspection has to be done by the middle class, by the elite. What are schools doing? What are televisions doing? Why is there no reinforcement of wanting to help the other? Increasingly I'm atomizing, being only especially with the...
Why does India lack good Samaritans? How can people drive by a little 2-year-old child on the road who is crying and trying to comfort his father and not stop to help that little kid? We were talking earlier about the fact that you were telling me very interestingly in the break that the more people are gathered at a place, the less likely they are to help.
It's in fact a phenomenon called the bystander effect. According to this phenomena, the more are the number of bystanders at an accident venue, the lesser is the probability of the person receiving medical attention. Because psychologically you feel, why isn't the other person helping? Why should I help? And considering the population we have in this country, at every accident site you will have so many people. But that's where we go back to the first point you made. In many cases it is the Aam Aadmi who's helping. A person who lacks the means, a person who will actually have the highest probability of fear. But
who doesn't have the wherewithal to help.
Exactly.
He runs forward
but he runs forward to help because he has the will to help. Because he doesn't have the indifference. The problem is not the law. I feel the problem is the higher we go the social the ladder, the lesser is the feeling towards anonymous person to help them.
But the issue is then how do we promote this kind of voluntarism? How do we promote caring if it doesn't come from within? Let me just, before we get to that, put to Maxwell Pereira, as someone who has, has a long experience in policing the city, to give the benefit of the doubt to people who don't stop, could situations be traps? You look at someone who's in trouble, perhaps it's a trap, perhaps it's an extortion racket, perhaps it's some way to get you to part with your money or to put you in trouble. So is there also ground for suspicion? Are people justified in being suspicious and in not trusting situations easily?
There could be any number of situations. And Sagarika, just put yourself in a policeman's shoes. He is required to also investigate the case. But one thing that needs to be realized is what has been said by the Supreme Court. Saving life is paramount. First, the priority is to save life. Everything else follows. And that follow-up, if the police gets to be doing on your behalf, it does it on behalf of the society. And it does something that you are required to do and comply with. You are also required to be a witness.
But in a city like Delhi, could you not be trapped? Could you not come into an extortion racket? Could you not get into a situation that is rather sticky? If you try to help someone, which is just simply a booby trap for you to walk into.
Yeah, please don't go by ifs and buts. If my aunt was something, she would have been my uncle. So let us keep that ifs out. So please, these are the kind of speculation is the death knell for us.
So let's not be suspicious. Let's not speculate. Let's help. But how do we then promote voluntarism? How do you promote voluntarism?
I would like to suggest, you want to promote anything you want to promote, you must reward it. Which means you could have formal programs with the municipal bodies, with the police. Why are you against the law?
If I could ask you, why are you against a good Samaritan law?
No, I'm not. I'm saying be more positive, because they have hundreds of laws. Laws don't work when everybody is not following them.
It's not a solution necessarily.
The solution is, let there be a structured program with every police station, with every municipal ward and civic officials. Anybody helping anybody should be recognized and praised, and even given some sort of certificates and said, okay, these are the good guys in this last these 20 guys did this, and let them be praised, let them be given some recognition, so that we encourage people to do things which are going to be rewarded. Today, somebody does anything, he does it just because he wants to do it. But if he knows that not only I want to do it, but there will be 20 people who will appreciate what I am doing.
So just as you have bravery awards, why don't you have a Good Samaritan award?
Why not?
Why don't cities institute Good Samaritan awards?
I'm not saying cities, I'm talking about
Delhi,
municipal bodies.
Municipal bodies.
There are 4
It should begin at school.
And the police stations. Police stations.
That's a very concrete suggestion.
Right. College
why don't
principals.
Police stations start a Good Samaritan
Police
award?
Stations, college principals, school principals.
It should begin really
you have municipal wards.
You have incentivize people to become Good Samaritans.
Resident welfare associations. you involve the community in it.
Right.
Because it's not about law, it's about
It's about that spirit of
Yes.
volunteerism.
The
But
culture
Indians
Yes.
very rarely
positive-
volunteer.
No, it's a-
But how many again, the culture of volunteerism that exists say in America. There's a lot we can criticize America for, but there's a lot also we can learn from America for.
Oh, yes.
And I think the spirit of volunteerism, of giving back to your community. How do you promote that in India?
See, I really